Well, broadcaster Howard Griffiths from Cardiff actually flew on Concorde when he was working for the BBC. Morning, Howard. Well, I say flew on Concorde. It's even more special than that, isn't it? Tell us.
Well, it is. And today I can actually tell you I am actually holding the nose of Concorde live from Aerospace Bristol in Filton, which is a big part of the Concorde story. But yet my experience, BBC Wales put an advert out on the telly. Do you want to work in the exciting world of radio? And I thought, that's me. So I sent in a tape. I met a producer called Kerry McGeever. She said, can you make a package? I said, what's a package? Tell a story about something you've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to fly on Concorde. I rung British Airways press office, Heathrow. Within 2 weeks, I was on Concorde. But the special aspect, I asked if I could fly to New York in the cockpit at the edge of space. And I did.
I mean, that is a phenomenal story and a lesson for us all, actually. Don't ask, don't get, doesn't it, Howard?
Well, this is what I say, and over the years, like, I'm actually the same age as Concorde because I was born on Valentine's Day, 1969. The prototype flight was on the 2nd of March, 1969. So next month, I'm 57. I'm exactly the same age as Concorde. But when I do talks, I say to people, if you don't ask, you don't get. And it taught me a big lesson in life. But for me, one of the biggest memories was being in the cockpit at 60,000 feet at the edge of space, we must emphasize. You could see the curvature of the Earth. We were literally touching space.
And the speed of it. I mean, what was it like for those of us who didn't get to experience it? What was it like?
Well, it was very funny because I was actually in a seat, the row behind Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits, and I was told, oh, don't talk to the celebrities. And I went, oh, it's my first job with the BBC. I said, anyway, Mark, I've just got to go in the cockpit for the takeoff and I'll chat to you in a bit. So then I was with Mark Knopfler when they had a little LED screen that was saying 1,400 miles an hour, and I'd never done it before. They gave us caviar. They gave us champagne. I'd never eaten caviar. It was bonkers. But it was magical, and the fact that we were flying to New York, touching space, and I remember it like yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, but then, you know, we all remember those scenes, don't we? And that awful crash in 2000, and it was really the beginning of the end, wasn't it, Fred?
Well, it was the whole lifespan. The commercial. So today we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the first commercial flight, 21st of January 1976. But Concorde only ran commercially for 27 years, and when I contacted British Airways with BBC, it had only been flying for 15 years, so they were still promoting the luxury. And you mentioned Joan Collins. I worked with Joan Collins at BBC Wales Llandaff. I held her mirror, and she's a lovely woman.
Can I just say, I mean...
These are the glory days of BBC Wales,
we missed this. We started at BBC Wales long after this, and the jobs are no longer this glamorous. I mean, Howard, so today, what are you doing then? How come you're at Bristol and what's happening?
It's very special. Today, and you're not going to believe this, there are 17 Concorde pilots here at Filton. So we're just over the water from where you are. There are going to be 9 flight officers, 7 flight engineers, but a lot of the British Airways crew, the stewardesses, the teams who flew on Concorde are going to be here. I've got to be honest, when I walked into the hangar, and I am literally holding the end. If you come over to Filton, it's open to the public. You can hold the tip of Concorde. So after this live broadcast, I'm going into the cockpit. You're allowed to walk around Concorde. But for me, meeting the crew who lived and breathed Concorde is very special. And I'm actually tingling. I'm just so... And I also want to say a massive thank you to the BBC and to British Airways. It shows dreams can come true. I flew in the cockpit of Concorde, touching space. And, you know, just believe, even if you're 80 years old listening to Radio Wales or 90, if you want to do something, believe in yourself and you can do it, even if you're 96.
There was no one better for that job, was there? And it would never have happened were it not for your ingenuity, your zest for life. Howard Griffiths, you do not change at all, and I hope you never do. Brilliant stuff from Howard Griffiths, their broadcaster, who actually flew in the cockpit of Concorde because he went for a job at BBC Wales and then said, yeah, I'll do your package from Concorde. I
had no idea
I'd have done something from like a Roy Welsh, or, you know, that would have been my pitch.
Hey, don't knock the Roy
Don't
Welsh.
knock it. Don't knock it. It's 8:53.